A woman was sitting in the street when a man walks past her and throws something at her. She then gets furious about it and says she was very angry. He then apologizes and says he hadn't seen it there. She then asks why the man threw it away and then realizes that inside the bag was a very nice dress, which pleased her a lot. The man then begins to observe the woman, and at that moment he tries to touch her, but she tells him not to approach her. He then apologizes, and at that moment the woman introduces herself saying her name, says that she never imagined that a man could change her life like that. She said that was her love story. At that point, the man tells the woman that he had a proposal and says that he wanted her to become a model. She then starts laughing and says that she couldn't become a model. The man said he was very serious about it, and then she says she didn't mean to. He then offers her a lot of money and she is very surprised by that. She accepts the man's proposal, so he tells her that all she had to do was accompany him to his house. Later, the man was giving the woman a bath and she tells him to stop it. She said she didn't like it and asked the man to stop, but he said he needed to give her a bath so she could enter his house. She then said that since he wanted to give her a bath, she didn't have much to do, and so the man throws a bucket of water at her. He then said he would need something else, but the woman said that since he hadn't given up on that, she would prepare. He then continues throwing water at the woman until she couldn't take it anymore, and she asks him to stop doing it, as she says it was good. He then says that if she was thinking she could get into his house like that, she was mistaken. She then asks him to stop it, as she wasn't enjoying it. He then tells her that all she had to do was wait a while, as soon he would be finishing what he was doing. She then says that she was very excited about that news, as she always wanted to be a famous model. She says that now everyone else could laugh at her since that was what other people used to do when they looked at her. The man tells her to stop doing that, as he would make her become a very famous model. She tells him that he should stop as he still hadn't shown her the money. She says she wanted to see the money, but the man says that she would wait, as he needed to turn her into a model. She said it wouldn't work as she dressed in a way that models didn't. The man then tells the woman that this was no problem, because he knew that with a little effort he could turn her into a great model. She then says that she would believe the man, but wants him to show her the money and asks him to show it to her. He then shows the money to the woman and she gets very excited about it. He told her that it was only a part of the money and that she wouldn't get the rest if she didn't comply. The woman then says that what he was offering her was very little and that she wanted more to be able to work with him. The man then asks if she was really serious and she says yes. He then begins counting the delivery money to the woman, saying that she now had the money she wanted. She gets very excited about that and says that she would do whatever the man said, and then they enter the house together. Later, they were at the man's house, so the woman of these stares and goes to him. She then says that she was very happy to be there, but the man says that she should pay more attention to the way she was speaking as she was very happy. She then says that she was very happy with the clothes the man had given her, but was wondering why he had chosen her, since there were women much more beautiful than her. He then says that he had his reasons, but that he wasn't going to tell the woman at that time. She then starts to look at how she was doing, and then the man asks what she was doing. She said it was the first time she had ever seen herself that way. She said she had never seen herself as beautiful as she was at that moment. The man then says that the woman was actually very beautiful, and at this point, another woman arrives at the house. She then walks up to the man and greets him. He says he was very happy that she was there and said he had a surprise for her. When she looks at the woman, she is startled, but soon the woman goes up to her and tells her that she had really liked her necklace. She said that the other woman's clothes were very beautiful and I was excited about it. The man then tells the other woman that she could feel free to do whatever she wanted, and then they go upstairs to the bedroom. Arriving in the room, the woman asks another woman why there are so many things there. The other woman then says that this was her makeup and that she wanted to talk about the dresses that the woman was going to wear. She then proceeds to show the dresses to the woman and the woman becomes interested in one of them. She says that was a very nice dress and then the other woman says that she would have to wear it. The woman then says that she couldn't wear a dress as expensive as that, but the other woman says that she would have to because the man had asked for it. The woman then goes to the bathroom and comes back with a shoe and then she starts training, walking in that shoe with high heels. She doesn't seem to know what she was doing, but soon she says she was starting to understand how to deal with it. The other woman then says that she would teach the woman how to do it and shows her how to do it. She then tells the woman to try to reproduce what she had shown her and then the woman tries to walk like the other woman had walked, but she didn't know how to do that. The other woman then tells the woman that she was actually a very beautiful person, but that she didn't know how to handle it and that they could try to learn that later. She said that at that moment she would take care of the woman's makeup. She then starts thinking about what she could do to make the woman more beautiful and then says that she would need to take care of her hair. The woman says she wouldn't do that, but the other woman insists that she would look more beautiful. The woman says she accepted that and then the other woman told her to sit down. She said they were too late and that she didn't know how long she would have to do her makeup and then they start the makeup. The other woman then tells the woman that she would soon finish what she was doing and then said that she just needed a little more time. She then said that she had already finished and that now the woman could wear the clothes she had told her about. Later, she goes to the man and asks me if he was going to continue with that plan and he said he wouldn't give up on it. He says his ex-wife and Call are surprised by the woman would become. The other woman asks if it was all just to make his ex jealous, but he says no and that whoever helped him with his plan would gain a lot from it. The other woman says the man was just using the woman, but he said nothing wrong would happen. Later, the other woman has these stares, and then she goes up to the man and asks if he was prepared. The woman then comes downstairs and the man is very surprised. The woman ends up tripping and falling on top of the man. She apologizes and he says it wouldn't be a problem. He then tells another woman that she had done a great job and she says that she always did a great job. He says she always did a good job and then says goodbye to her and she leaves. The man then tells the woman that they could now go to the modeling agency, but the woman said that she was very hungry and wanted to eat before going. She then impaled for the man to give her some food, but he said he would take her to eat, but that first they would have to go to the agency. The man tells her she'd have to wait a little longer, and then he tells them to leave. The woman doesn't seem to be very excited about it, as she was very hungry, but she accepts it and goes along with them. Later, another man was telling the man's ex that he wanted her to parade the way she had paraded earlier. They make it to the modeling agency and when they do, the woman ends up tripping. Another woman asks who that is, and another man says it could be a new model. The man walks up to the other man, tells him that he wanted to introduce his new model. The other woman then says that she wanted to know where she came from as she didn't seem to know how to walk in high heels. The man said she didn't need to know, so he leaves. The lady then goes to the other woman and tells her that she needed to remember that she had also come from the streets and that she should not forget that. The other man then tells another woman that she shouldn't have said that to the man because he was a very important person, but the woman says she didn't want to know about it and leaves. Later, the woman was parading and then the other man compliments her saying that she was very good at it. She thanks him for the compliment and then the other man says that she knew why she was there because he was aware of what was going on. She then asks what he was talking about, and then the other man reveals that the other woman was the man's ex-girlfriend and that he should want the woman to be his girlfriend as well. He is then very surprised to discover that the woman didn't know that the man's ex was there. He says that his ex had cheated on him, that's why they had broken up, but that he was very happy, because the woman was with the man. He says he wished her the best of luck and then says she should go back to training as he had said and leaves. When he leaves, the woman begins to wonder if the man was liking her or if he was just using her to make his ex-wife jealous. At this point, the other woman walks up to the woman and then asks her what she wanted with the man. She said that the woman was no one to be there, but the woman says that she really was no one and that she wanted nothing to do with the man. She then says that she didn't understand why the other woman wanted a man so much, since there were other men there for her to be interested in. The other woman then says that she knew the woman had come from the streets and that she wouldn't last long. Later, the woman was telling the man that she was very happy to be there. She said that she was sad, because that restaurant didn't have what she liked, but that she was happy to be with the man. He agrees and then, she says that in these last few days she was experiencing many good things and that she was starting to think that she was a princess and he was a prince. She then says that now that the man was wanting to kiss her, she felt even more like a princess. The man then starts to smile and says that she was really a unique person and she says that she knew that. Meanwhile, the other woman was watching everything and says she knew they were together. The man then tells the woman that she was a spectacular person and that she would be an excellent model. The woman then becomes very sad about the situation and says he didn't realize she was in love with him. She says he was just thinking about his ex-wife, that he didn't think about her feelings. He then says that he was also in love with her, but she said that was a lie and that he just wanted to play with people's feelings. He then tells her not to leave and that they should talk, but she said she didn't want anything to do with him and leaves. Sometime later, she was very sad about the situation and said that rich people always wanted to use other people, but at least she had a little money. She then said that she was very mistaken in thinking that the man was her Prince Charming and that he would never be a good person for her. She says she wanted to see if he would come after her, where she was at that moment, and that way she could trust him. At this point, the man arrives and says that he needed to apologize to her because she was right and that he was really trying to use her. He says that now I can understand that she was really the person he was in love with and that he wanted to be by her side. He said she was the love of his life and that he wanted to be by her side, but she said she didn't believe him. She asks if he would accept her the way she was. He said yes, that she was perfect the way she was and that he was in love with her. She then said that she couldn't believe that he had actually gone after her, but that she had nothing to offer him, as she was always that person. He then said that he didn't care about that and that he wanted to stay by her side, because he loved her. He then says that now he wanted her to go with him, buy some clothes so that she would look the way she had, but that now she would be his wife.